I forgot to tell you about that. They kicked me out of Pensy. I wasn't supposed to come back after Christmas vacation on account of I was flunking 4 subjects and not applying myself and all. They gave me frequent warning to start applying myself, especially around midterms when my parents came up for a conference with old Thermer, but I didn't do it, so I got the axe. They give guys the axe quite frequently at Pensy. It has a very good academic rating, Pensy. It really does. Anyway, it was December and all, and it was cold as the devil, especially on top of that stupid hill. I only had on my reversible and no gloves or anything. The week before, somebody had stolen my camel's hair coat right out of my room, with my fur-lined gloves right in the pocket and all. Pensy was full of crooks. Quite a few guys came from these wealthy families, but it was full of crooks anyway. The more expensive a school, the more crooks it has. I'm not kidding. Anyway, I kept standing next to the crazy canyon, looking down at the game and freezing my butt off. Only I wasn't watching the game too much. What I was really hanging around for, I was trying to feel some kind of goodbye. I mean, I've left school and places I didn't even know I was leaving them. I hate that. I don't care if it's a sad goodbye or a bad goodbye, but when I leave a place, I like to know I'm leaving. If you don't, you feel even worse. Oh, come on in. Oh, Caulfield, have a seat, my boy. Hello, sir. I got your note. Thanks. How's your gripe, sir? Oh boy, if I felt any better, they'd have to call for a doctor. Why aren't you at the game? I thought the game was today. I was in New York with the fencing team. So you're leaving us? Yes, I am. What did Dr. Thurman say to you, boy? I heard you two had quite a chat. He did. We talked for about 2 hours. He was pretty nice. He kept saying about how life was a game. Life is a game, boy, that should be played by the rules. Yes, sir, I know it is. Has Dr. Thurmer written to your parents? Well, he said he would. Have you yourself communicated with them? No, sir, I haven't, because I'm gonna see them Wednesday when I get home. How do you suppose they'll feel about this situation? They'll be pretty mad. Oh, they really will. This is about the 4th school I've gone to. Oh, boy. I had the pleasure to meet them, and they were grand people. Yeah, they're very nice. What's the matter with you, boy? How many subjects are you taking? 5, sir. 5. And how many of them are you failing? 4. I passed English, but only from the D.O. Wolf and Lord Randall, my son's stuff that I did at my old school. I flunked you because you knew nothing. Oh, I know, sir. Boy, do I know. It really wasn't your fault. Nothing at all. Boy, did you even look at your textbook once? I skimmed through it a bit. Really? Well, then let's read your exam paper. No, thank you, sir. We studied the Egyptians from November 4th to December 2nd, and you chose to write about them on the optional essay question. Would you like to hear what you wrote? No, sir. The Egyptians were an ancient race of Caucasians residing in one of the northern sections of Africa. The latter, as we all know, is the largest continent in the Eastern Hemisphere. The Egyptians are extremely interesting to us today for various reasons. Modern science would still like to know what the secret ingredient that the Egyptians used when they wrapped up dead people so that their faces would not rot for innumerable centuries. This interesting riddle is still quite a challenge to modern science in the 20th century. Your essay ends there. However, you did leave a little note at the bottom. Do you want me to read it? No, sir. Dear Mr. Spencer, that is all I know about the Egyptians. I can't seem to get very interested in them, although your lectures are very interesting. It is all right with me if you flunk me, though, as I am flunking everything else, except English anyway. Respectfully yours, Holden Caulfield. Do you blame me for flunking you, boy? No, sir, of course not. What would you have done in my place? Tell me the truth, boy. Well, you could see he felt pretty lousy about flunking me, so I shot the bull for a while. I told him I was a real moron and all that stuff. I told him how I would have done exactly the same thing if I'd been in his place, and how most people don't appreciate how tough it is being a teacher. That kind of stuff. The old bull. The funny thing is, though, I was sort of thinking of something else while I shot the bull. I live in New York, and I was thinking about the lagoon in Central Park, down near Central Park South. I was wondering if it would be frozen over when I got home, and if it was, where did the ducks go? I was wondering where the ducks went when the lagoon got all icy and froze over. I wondered if some guy came in a truck and took them away to a zoo or something, or if they just flew away. I'm lucky though. I mean, I could shoot the old bull to old Spencer and think about those ducks at the same time. It's funny, you don't have to think too hard when you talk to a teacher. And how do you feel about all this, boy? I'm intrigued. I'm very interested to know. You mean me flunking out of Pensy and all that stuff? If I'm not mistaken, you had trouble at the Wooten School and Elkton. Well, I didn't have much trouble there, and I didn't flunk out either. I just sort of quit. May I ask why? Why? Oh, it's a long, complicated story, sir. Do you feel no concern for your future, boy? I definitely feel some concern. I just guess not that much. You will when it's too late. I guess so. I'd like to put some sense into your head, boy. I'm trying to help if I can. I know you are, sir, and I really mean it. Thanks a lot, but I have to go now. I have some equipment that it's at the gym that I need to get because I'm going home. But just, look, don't worry about me. I mean it. I'll be fine. Would you care for a cup of hot chocolate? Miss Spencer would be... I would like to, but I really have to go. Thank you, sir. Goodbye, boy. I'll drop you a line, sir. I hope you feel better. Bye now. Bye now. Good luck. Anyway, finally I had to come right out and tell him that I had to write a composition for Stradler, and that he had to clear out, so I could concentrate. He finally did, but took his time about it as usual. The thing was, I couldn't think of a room or a house or anything to describe the way Stradler said he had to have. I'm not too crazy about describing rooms and houses anyway. So what I did, I wrote about my brother Ali's baseball mitt. It was a very descriptive subject. It really was. My brother Ali had this left-handed fielder's mitt. He was left-handed. The thing that was descriptive about it, though, was that he had poems written all over the fingers and pockets everywhere, in green ink. He wrote them on it so that he'd have something to read when he was in the field and nobody was up at bat. He's dead now. He got leukemia and died when we were up in Maine, on July 18th, 1946. You'd have liked him. He was 2 years younger than I was, but he was about 50 times as intelligent. He was terrifically intelligent. His teachers were always writing letters to my mother, telling her what a pleasure it was having a boy like Ali in their class. And they weren't just faking it, they really meant it. But it wasn't just that he was the most intelligent member in the family, he was also the nicest, in lots of ways. He never got mad at anybody. People with red hair are supposed to get mad very easily, but Ali never did, and he had red hair. I'll tell you what kind of red hair he had. I started playing golf when I was only 10 years old. I remember once, the summer I was around 12, teeing off and all, and having a hunch that if I turned around all of a sudden, I'd see Ali. So I did, and sure enough, he was sitting on his bike outside the fence. There was this fence that went all the way around the course, and he was sitting there, about 150 yards behind me, watching me tee off. That's the kind of red hair he had. Gosh, he was a very nice kid, though. He used to laugh so hard at something he thought of at the dinner table that he just about fell out of his chair. I was only 13, and they were going to have me psychoanalyzed and all, because I broke all the windows in the garage. I don't blame them. I really don't. I slept in the garage the night he died and broke all the windows with my fist, just for the heck of it. I even tried to break all the windows on the station wagon we had that summer, but my hand was already broken and everything by that time, and I couldn't do it. It was a very stupid thing to do, I'll admit, but I hardly didn't even know I was doing it. And you didn't know, Allie. My hand still hurts me once in a while when it rains and all, and I can't make a real fist anymore, not a tight one. But outside of that, I don't care much. I'm not gonna be a surgeon or a violinist or anything. Anyway, that's what I wrote Stradler's composition about. Old Allie's baseball mitt. I happened to have it with me in my suitcase, so I got it out and copied down the poems that were written. All I had to do was change Allie's name so that nobody would know that it was my brother's and not Stradler. You know what I'd like to be, Phoebe, if I had my own choice,
What?
You know that song, If a Body Catch a Body Coming Through the Rye,
It's If a Body Meet a Body Coming Through the Rye. It's a poem by Robert Burns.
I know it's a poem by Robert Burns. I thought it was If a Body Catch a Body. Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. But what I keep picturing is that there's a field with rye, and there's thousands of little kids in it, and they're all playing a game. And I'm there, and I'm standing on the edge of the cliff, and no one big is around it, except for me. And what I have to do, I have to catch everyone if they start to go off the cliff. If they're running and they're not looking where they're going, I just have to swoop in and save them. That's all I'd do all day. I'd be the catcher in the rye, I suppose. I know it's crazy, but it's the only thing I'd really like to be. It's the only thing I'd like to do. But I know it's crazy. Have a very Merry Christmas, everybody!
Free!